Chapter 13. The Voice of Panch. The extract has been taken from Panch Parameshwar, written by Munshi Premchand. This is the story of two friends, Jumman Sheikh and Algu Chaudhary. Jumman Sheikh and Algu Chaudhary were bosom friends. Their friendship was so strong that when either of them went away from the village, the other looked after his family well. Jumman had a maternal aunt. She had some property. Jumman assured her to look after her if she transferred the property on his name. Since his aunt had no child, she transferred the property to him with an understanding that he would look after her. Until they got the registry of the property on their own name, Jumman and his wife should pay much attention to their aunt. As it had done, he became rude to her because a bitterness came in the behavior of his wife at the live of little food that the old lady wanted every day. She swallowed the abuses at the time of giving food by his wife, but when the patience crossed the limits, she spoke to Jumman. "My son, I realize that I am not liked in your house, so I am being ill-treated for the couple of months. Kindly give me monthly allowances so that I can make my own food in a separate kitchen." "Does the money grow on tree? From where will I give you monthly allowance? Be patient," said Jumman and went outside. This made his aunt very angry, and she took her case to the village panchayat. After a few days, the panchayat was held under an old banyan tree. Jumman came forward and said, "The Panch is just like the god." He asked his aunt, "Whom would you like to nominate as the head Panch?" "I accept whatever the decision will be made." The old lady declared Algu Chaudhary the Panch and said, "The Panch knows neither friend nor envy. Each and everybody is same in the eyes of the Panch." Jumman could not hide his joy at her choice of the Panch and said, "Aren't you aware of our bond of friendship?" "I know that," replied the old lady, "but the Panch can't make injustice with anyone, as the God lives in the heart of the Panch, and his voice is the voice of God." Now the old lady explained her case. After hearing the case, Jumman said, "Algu, as we are friends, so your aunt is as dear to me as she is to you. Since she has chosen me, the Panch, you and your aunt are equal before me. Would you like to say something in your defense?" At this, Jumman started. "A few years back, my aunt transferred her some property to me on this promise that I will look after her as long as she lived, and God knows that I had done all I could. There have always been quarrels between my wife and her ever on small things. What is my fault? What can I do? And now she wants me to give her monthly allowance. Her claim is baseless. This is impossible for me." Jumman was cross-questioned by Algu and other Panchs. They consulted with one another, and then finally Algu declared that Jumman must give his aunt monthly allowance as the property goes back to her. This made Jumman furious, and Algu read his face. But Algu was quite happy that Panch has no friend. God lives in the heart of Panch, and he himself speaks in the voice of Panch. Although he lost his friend, he didn't depend on his justice.